Hello, fifth graders. Welcome back to our third and final day of our Andy's Trail Mix performance task. We made it. Woo woo! Today is probably going to be the most work that you have done on this performance task. So I'm going to kind of walk you through it and what you need. I'm going to ask you to pause the video so that you can pull up the performance task in Google Classroom, and also so that you can find your work from yesterday and grab that because you're going to need it. And you're also going to need a blank piece of paper today, or a piece of lined paper, and your pencil. So I'm going to go ahead and read through part 3. So hopefully you've been able to pause the video and gather your materials for today. I'm going to ask you to pull up part 3 of the performance task and just sort of look at it with me while I explain it. So part 3 of the performance task says, the table below shows how much 1/24 of a cup of each ingredient weighs. And we determined yesterday that the common denominator of the amounts of trail mix of each ingredient, the common denominator was 24. So that's why we're working in 1/24 today. So the table below shows how much 1/24 of each ingredient weighs. Answer the following question using the table. So the question that we're looking at is, Andy doesn't want too much weight in his backpack while he's hiking. Which of the two combinations would be best to take, his or yours? So I'm going to go ahead and show you a chart that I quickly drew up on a piece of paper, and you're going to want to copy this chart down. So if you take a look at this chart, you can see that it has 4 columns and 6 rows, one for heading and one for total weight at the bottom. So in the first column, I listed each ingredient, and I put the amount that we're really looking at in the chart. We're looking at 1/24 of banana chips, 1/24 of M&Ms, 1/24 of nuts, 1/24 of dried pineapple. We know that that's not how much of each ingredient he had in his trail mix. So we're going to have to do some multiplying today to figure out how much Andy's trail mix weighed. So here's what we're going to do. You're going to need your information, your combination of ingredients from yesterday. So hopefully you have that close by. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a look. Go ahead and pause the video and draw yourself this chart. Okay, hopefully you have this chart drawn and that you are ready to go from here. I'm going to walk you through the banana chip for Andy. I'm not going to do your calculation because everybody's is going to be probably different. But I am going to do Andy, and then from there you should be able to figure out the rest on your own. So if 1/24 of the bananas weighs 1 gram, we need to think about how many 24ths did Andy have in his trail mix. I'm gonna bring that information back out here, just here real quick. And I see that he had 8 24ths of his trail mix was banana chips. Now, I know that 1/24 weighs 1 gram, but he had 8 24ths. So I want you to think about, what am I going to do to find out how much 8 24ths weighs? If 1/24 weighs 1 gram, how many does 8 24ths weigh? All right, if you're thinking you're going to have to do some multiplication, you are right. So what I'm going to do here is, I know that 1/24 equals 1 gram, but he had 8 24ths. So I need to take that numerator and I need to multiply it by the number of grams. So I had 8 24ths. I'm going to take each of those 8 24ths weighs 1 gram. So I'm going to take my 8 24ths and multiply each of those was 1 gram. Oops. Equals 8 grams. Okay. So now I'm going to get you kind of started. So now you're going to have to do the same with yours. How many 24ths of banana chips did you have in your trail mix? And you're going to do the multiplication for yours. Then you're going to go down here and you're going to find out how many grams of M&Ms that Andy had, and then how many grams of M&Ms you have. So if 1/24 of M&Ms is 3 grams, and we come back to Andy's trail mix over here, we notice that he had 8/24. So we're going to take this 8/24, and each of those 24ths is 3 grams. So we're going to multiply that by 3, and that's going to give you the number of grams that the M&Ms weighed. So here's what your assignment is today. Your assignment is to go ahead and finish the rest of the chart. You're going to find out how many grams did his nuts, the nuts in his trail mix weigh. How many grams did the dried pineapple in his trail mix weigh? And then you need to do the same for each of yours. How many 24ths did you have of banana chips in your trail mix? How many 24ths of M&Ms did you have in yours? How many 24ths of nuts did you have? And how many 24ths of dried pineapple? So you're going to find how much Andy's trail mix weighed and how much your trail mix weighs. And when you're done, you're going to find the total weight of Andy's and the total weight of your trail mix. Okay? It should be listed in grams. Remember, Andy doesn't want too much weight in his backpack. So your question is, should Andy take his trail mix with him on the hike, or should Andy take your trail mix with him on the hike? Today's assignment is a Google form. It's listed in our Google Classroom. It is titled Andy's Trail Mix Day 3. You are going to tell me which trail mix Andy should take with him on the hike and why. You're going to explain your thinking. You're going to talk me through what you did on this paper with your words, and then explain to me whose trail mix is Andy going to take with him. I look forward to seeing your answers. Happy mathing. Until next week, 5th graders.